I don't know about you guys, but if I clean that water dish right to spotless, nobody really touches it for a couple days. If I just top it up and leave a little muck in there, as long as the algae ain't growing enough to walk away, man, these guys just love it. To me, it's repulsive, and it took me a long time to really find the right balance. And even then, I've just learned, give the people what they want. If they ask for that, just give it to them. I find the less I care, the more they are actually happy and hydrated. I still give them like I call it a 4 soak, where I throw them all in a big bucket. Gonna need a bigger bucket with how many I've got these days. But they must be used to drinking out of puddles and small sources of water, instead of the idea of, like, they don't go to a stream of the Mediterranean, right? Or the side of the hills of Italy. Like, they must just drink it right off of a leaf, or I really don't even know. But for whatever reason, I always like them having the ability to climb in and climb out, which they have. Even the smallest one or to the biggest one can always do that in the water dishes I provide. But these characters, they like their water dirty. They like their cuttlefish bone manky, as the Brits say, or the UK folk. Like, they kind of like an old chunk of cuttlefish bone. They don't want it fresh. These characters are just something else, honestly. Absolutely adore these horses. I can't believe another season has came to end. This is, I think, my 4th summer of full-time outdoor time with these characters, with my group that's always been growing and adjusting. Because I think, well, now we're at 8 tortoises outside, and I know that because I have 8 clay pots. That's how I keep track, is forever how many tortoises I keep outdoors, I put clay pots, so I just do not forget and don't lose any. Because well, I think that was Ethel at the beginning of the year, that she was a big fan of just digging and hiding her way around, like, and that's Ethel there again. She would dig down in the corner of the sun box there, right underneath the corner of the cinder blocks, and I'd nearly lose her as she went underneath the concrete of my patio there, the patio, as my Uncle Vince would say, patio. But honestly, I can't imagine why anyone would keep their tortoise inside 365. I had the babies out as much as I could. Next year, they're still gonna be too small to go into the adults. But this year I introduced Digger, and Digger was nothing but a hatchling when I got my hands on him. Unfortunately, he lived a life of sawdust and vivarium, but he's outside, or she's outside with the rest of this group, and it's been honestly the best thing. I have way too much fun with this. It's such a perk to come home to see these characters outside stomping around in the sun, or just doing a quick forage in the yard, whether I grab ribgrass or mallow, or I got violas, and then there's tons of plantain in this grass. I got mallow behind me here as well. It's too much fun to live off the land with these tortoises. It fulfills me in a similar way of after I go fishing or hunting, or like that weekend in the trees or the hills or the mountains, like that feeling. That's like, it's just a drop in the bucket feeling when you get home from work. Long day and get to spend it with these characters. The season's coming to an end. It's actually, I'm surprised that we still have blooms, because we are at the end of September. We're looking more and more like October. The trees green, but you can see how they're starting to yellow, right? Love it, but it's actually crazy how the seasons are changing. Stay tuned with me. We're going to be doing hibernation, brumating. If you have any questions about those subjects coming up, follow along. Now's the right time to look into this idea. Absolutely thank you guys for anyone that subscribes, comments, shares. Means the absolute world to me. Your pal Hobson Scotch here at Natural Tortoise Keeper, signing off.